This game has been debated to death, so I'm not going to go into the whole debate. I'll just explain that the game has just one major flaw. It's about catharsis. Spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't played The Last of Us 2 or lived under a rock or something. We, as the player, are supposed to feel hate towards Abby and then slowly get to understand her position and finally forgive her, right? At least that's how I think the developers intended it. I think the ending is really well done. You see those two women fighting to the death and you really feel how meaningless it all is. This revenge wouldn't accomplish anything. That's what Ellie realizes, albeit way too late, and that's why she lets Abby go. Makes sense, right? Well, it would. If we as the player had any chance to let our anger out. In the game, there is a boss fight against Ellie. We don't get to choose sides. We're locked in with Abby, which makes sense, mostly, since we played as her recently and watched how Ellie killed her friends and basically destroyed everything Abby ever had. However, Abby gets to take revenge head on. We as Ellie never get to attack Abby directly, only at the end of the game where it's supposed to be meaningless since she was already destroyed physically and emotionally by a third party. You never really get to liberate yourself from your hate and anger. You get to kill Nora, but she wasn't Abby. Imagine a boss fight against Abby and you can actually hurt her. Wouldn't that feel good? And a cutscene afterwards where you see that you actually managed to wound her in a way that matters. I know that the point is that revenge is bad, and it is. And the ending shows that quite clear, but a part of revenge is that it feels good to hurt your enemy. Also, we would have gotten more characterization for Ellie as the bad guy. It would have not detracted from the major themes of the game. It's the consequences that make revenge meaningless and terrible. The absence of cathartic experience that lets the feeling of hate escape makes the game's message weaker. Without an outlet for those feelings, they stay within you and fester. That's probably the reason why people said that Ellie should have killed Abby at the end. Their emotions had no chance to get out. Fighting Abby at the end is not satisfying. You didn't do the damage. Some slave owners did. Revenge is supposed to feel hollow, but only after you've taken it. Of course, the game has some more flaws, pacing issues, bloated playtime, characters that seemingly teleport where the plot needs them, but they're somewhat minor flaws. Some games are long, no story is free of plot holes. The only thing I see as problematic is that the feelings of the player are not accepted, they're not given an outlet, they're not allowed to exist. That's pretty much the only part wrong about Last of Us 2. Just can't let your anger out.